I woke up this morning to my car in a ditch, and I'm still trying to process it. I will tell you all what happened in a little bit as I process it, but I didn't even think that I was going to make it to camp. We just got to camp and it's going to be a little bit disjointed. I also do not have a lot of butane with me. I have like a very little amount as a backup, but I'm running super low on the butane. So we're gonna try like a hobo method of warming up my dinner. Free. After watching a lot of videos and even reading a few articles, I found out that there's a lot of misinformation about hobos online. And actually hobos, I thought that they were just kind of, I don't know, maybe stealing stuff, or I don't know. I just was so ignorant about like what a hobo actually was. And it turns out that they were migrant workers. And the term came about after the Civil War. And I just found it really interesting that they would ride around on trains, and then during the Great Depression, they would go off and try and find work. And then a lot of times they would send money back to their family, and they're not bums. They were very self-sufficient, and they even had code of ethics. So I actually got onto this hobo topic pretty much by accident. I made like a hobo dinner or hobo food or something. And since then, I've just been spending time researching hobos, and I find it really fascinating. I came across this hobo stove concept, and I've never tried this before, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but I think it'd be kind of cool if it does work. Just have some fire starter, some paper towels, and some dry sticks. All right, it looks like I finally have a flame going. That took a little bit of work. I really would, oh, my soup is spilled. This is something I would only ever do when there's snow on the ground, to be honest. Unless it were like the apocalypse. Unfortunately, I did not bring the right pan with me. I have a much smaller pan that would work better, but with all the car in the ditch situation, I forgot a bunch of stuff. If you ever do this, please do not light it from the top, because I did that and I won't show you, but I cut my finger just a little bit because of those sharp edges. So use the vents in the bottom to light your fire. My hobo stove did just burn out. I forgot to catch it on camera. Sorry about that. But it did burn out. I wanted to show it to you guys, but it is super hot. I can't even pick it up. I would have liked to have gotten this soup a little bit hotter, but it is definitely warm. So that's the good news. Yeah, so nice taco soup. It's definitely, woo! It's not hot. It's not even steaming a whole lot, but it did warm it up to where I can eat it. And it's been sitting out for like 5 minutes. Mmm. 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 That is the best. I have been saving a lot of money by making these soups. Taco soup, chicken enchilada soup, all these soups in the crock pot. Oh my goodness. Saving like crazy budgeting. Saving lots of money. So it's pretty battered. This was a 15-ounce can of chili beans. I'll use the chili beans for another soup. I really owe Parker a nice little hike. All this snow out here, if it's time of the year, it is just very treacherous, very icy. Come on, we're gonna go for a walk, okay? Come on, let's go. Oh yes. Yeah, so I can definitely tell that the seasons are starting to change a little bit. Honestly, this past winter almost broke me. I don't think winter is over, but I think we're getting there. gosh, this is the best. Are you gonna take it to go? You need a doggy bag? Okay, so now that we are nice and settled, I still have to figure out what I'm going to do to keep warm tonight. It's not that cold, but it's a little chilly. But I'm going to go ahead and explain what happened this morning with my car. I am still recovering from this mentally. It really kind of could have sent me into a spiral. I'm actually surprised how I'm doing. So what happened was I was asleep. I was not sleeping in the car. I was sleeping in the apartment. And I wake up at the breaking hour of like noon, and I notice a message from my friend who also lives where I live. And she, in the message said, no, I am half asleep. Okay. Half asleep. And the message says something like, are you home? Is that your car in the ditch? And I mean, to me, this is just ridiculous because it's like, of course I'm home. Like, I had just thought that maybe she was driving around town and she saw somebody else's car, like another Fiesta in town that looked like my car. And so to me, that just seemed absolutely ridiculous. So, but for whatever reason, and I was literally half asleep. And so I go to my bedroom window and I look out the window and I just couldn't believe what I saw. My car was in the ditch. And my first thought was that like I parked my car in the ditch by accident and I felt really ridiculous. But then I put my glasses on and I looked and it was clear in the ditch. I feel like I woke up to a nightmare. I cannot tell you what kind of distortion it was to wake up and see my car in the ditch. And I go outside and one lady, she's like, oh, the police have been trying to contact you. And I just slept through it all. I slept through everything. I started to feel really upset. I found out that somebody accidentally backed their truck into my car and my car just went into the ditch. And then the police, I called the police, but like I needed help to call the police because I was just like shaking. Like I couldn't, I felt like I was in an alternative universe. I thought, I wasn't really sure if I was fully awake yet. And so I finally get the police on the phone and I don't know. Finally, the police is just like, okay, we'll come back. And I was like, please do. Yeah, please come back. Because I just couldn't think straight. I just really was struggling to wake up and absorb the reality of my car being in this ditch. Like, I just couldn't quite like believe it, you know? And so the police come and so basically gave the insurance information, all this stuff. And I really thought my car was in trouble. People were saying, oh, like it looks bent, the front looks bent. And my heart was just sinking. I was just having flashbacks of the van. I was in a pretty rough place psychologically. But then the tow truck came and the guy was like, well, should we try and drive it out? And I really couldn't talk a lot. I was just really, I don't know. I feel like I wasn't fully there. And it turned out that he was going to be the one. I ran inside, I got my key, I brought my car key out, I gave it to him. It was just like a miracle. Like it was a miracle to me in that moment because he drove my car out of the ditch and it was just nice. I can't explain to you just like in that moment how I know this is sappy, but I just can't tell you how proud of this little car I am. You know, it's not a truck, it's not a 4x4, it's not an all-wheel drive. And I know that ditch, it may not, in the pictures I'm showing you, I know it may not look that dramatic, but when you've been through what I've been through with vehicles, and you see something like that, and then you see your car being driven out. It was I'm still struggling kind of a little bit, but at the same time, it was just so healing. It was healing for me because just seeing that little peppy Ford Fiesta engine. It has a peppy engine, it really does. And just seeing it pull through, it did something for my spirit. Okay, so it's about 45 degrees outside. I think that we're gonna have an early night tonight. It's almost 9 o'clock, and from what I've been through, I just really feel like I need to have an early night. Even if I'm just reading or something, I need to kind of tone it down because my body, even though it's a happy ending with my car, it's still like my body doesn't, like my mind knows that, but my body doesn't fully know that. I think we're going to go with the electric blanket. I think that's just going to be the most comfortable option because I am going to stay up and read for a while. If I were just going to sleep, I'd probably dig out my mummy bags from under the mattress, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to kind of take it easy tonight. We're just going to plug the electric blanket into the power station back here and call it a day. I'm pretty chilly right now, so this has 12 settings, so I'm gonna turn it up like to 8. Just gonna charge my power bank. I love having this little power bank because I like to listen to podcasts when I go to sleep, but I didn't get this charged this week at all. And my cord doesn't reach very well to my bed back here, so I like to have this all charged up before bed. You got babies? Oh, hey, Quali. Quali's been camping in the car. Yeah. Parker, are you nice and warm? Are you getting warm? You getting warm? Where are you going? So for my book, I'm reading The Grapes of Wrath. I'm just starting this again. I have not read this. Well, I read the Cliff Notes in 8th grade. I started to read it, but all I remember from 8th grade was the Jodes and saying meat ma, and then I would go around the house like saying meat ma, I'm hungry, meat ma. And as an 8th grader, any book really meant nothing to me. But I feel like now as an adult who's budgeting and in the economy we're in, there's a lot of layoffs. Food prices are really expensive, and I'm not trying to say that I'm like living in the time of, what was this, like the Dust Bowl or something. I do not have this same situation with the Dust Bowl and migration of the 1930s. They went from Oklahoma to California. So I'm not trying to compare my life. When I talk about making my budget crock pot soup, I'm not in any way trying to compare seriously my life to this. Well, first of all, I haven't read this in years, so I need to read this. But I just do see some parallels, and I think that's why this book kind of stood out to me. I complained bitterly. I thought it was just really ridiculous, in 8th grade, why we had to read this. I just didn't understand how this has anything to do with my life. But now I'm kind of excited to read it, and I think I'm going to enjoy it. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Good morning, Parky Barky. How's my boy? Good morning, precious boy. You get up? You go outside? Yeah? Hey, good morning, everybody. It looks like a really nice day outside. So guys, I have some bad news here. Okay, this is not good. My car will not roll over. My car will not start. I have no idea how AAA is going to find me here. I accidentally bumped the parking lights on my car, and now my battery is dead and it won't start. So, yeah, that's not very fun. I do have a charger, but unfortunately I took it out because it just, I just didn't have room. And I'm still trying to get a rooftop box, but I'm just not there yet. So I did have to take it out because I was afraid it would get damaged. I'm in a really remote place. I don't really know how I would explain this to AAA because the coordinates where I am, they're not even that accurate. Maybe a ranger will drive by or something. So anyway, I hope I will figure it out. All right, guys, so I'm still stranded, but I have some really good news. I have some backup coming to help me here in the next few hours. I could call AAA, but I'm really concerned that they're going to have a hard time finding me. It seems like with AAA, unless you're in some really obvious location, it just seems really hard. And I'm also running kind of low on my calls. Well, guys, I'm having a pretty rough time here. I do have help dispatched, which I'm really happy and grateful for. But I accidentally hit the horn. I was sitting here editing. I hit the horn and I can't turn my horn off. It's freaking Parker out. Just walking up here to see if I see a ranger drive by. I was so happy just to wait like, a few hours for somebody to come help me because it was like really relaxing and stuff. But now with the horn situation, you can hear it. Can you hear that? Super annoying. Looks like there's some deer up there. Do you see them? I don't know if you can see them running off. Parker's like, it's the best day ever. It's really thawing out. Got some prints here. I guess that's like deer or something. We've walked at least a quarter of a mile. You can still hear my car horn down there. Okay, now these look a little bit bigger. Would these be bear prints? Is that what that would be? Let us know in the comments. What is this? We like to go camping, but we also kind of like to go back, don't we? Yeah.
And I'm taking off the vitamin. So, here we are.
All right, guys, so I am walking up to the road right now because it'll work outdoors. Should be pulling up in his truck. So the coordinates are a little bit off for this location. So I'm just walking up to the road to flag him down. No, that's pretty sense. We'll see if that's him. Hey, how's it going? Good. Like I lost this spot for like a year, right there, and then I couldn't find it for like a year, so it was crazy. So I'm just glad that I found.
Nice day too.
I know, it's so nice out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this truck is so nice.
Well, it's
Oh my
dirty.
gosh.
I was gonna film making my bed.
Yeah.
I was gonna build a bed. I needed tires.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna build it this weekend, and then I'm hitting the road myself.
All right. Like, oh, when I get my cargo box, and I'm gonna put my jump stuff in there. But yeah, but from now on, I'm just gonna have to find a place for it.
I want to be able to go to Glacier. Ooh, that smells a little. But this is kind of a new to me truck. Kind of go through the testing phase of seeing how everything works. 1998.
I think it's coming. Yeah! Oh my gosh! Nothing makes me happier. Nothing makes me happier. That is music to my ears.
That'll work outdoors, because I just kind of, sometimes you can't wait for perfect, you just got to start. So this will work. All right.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Good
I
to
really,
you.
really appreciate it. Thank
Oh,
you so
absolutely.
much.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, that was definitely a happy ending to that story. Nothing is better than having my car going. So, guys, check out Scott's channel, and if you like overlanding and stuff like that, he's a great guy. So definitely check him out. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off here because I am so hungry, and we gotta get this boy home, and this boy fed, and this boy bathed. So we'll see you on the next one. Bye.